Hey, what's up everybody? Today on Sports Gaming Rosters, I am going to rank all of the 27 released MLB City Connect jerseys. 27 of the 30 teams have officially released their jerseys, and they are wearable in MLB The Show 24. A lot are hideous, most are average, and a couple are very good. The Twins, Yankees, and Athletics are the only three teams to not have released a jersey yet. Minnesota is going to release one later this year. The Yankees really have no reason to because their jersey logo is basically a money printing machine as it is. And the Athletics are the other way around. Nobody's buying their jersey no matter what because nobody cares about that team. So 27 out of the 30 ranked from most disgusting to prettiest. In my opinion, I am a 44-year-old man, so I am not exactly the top authority on fashion and what's stylish. So this is just my personal opinion of how they look and how they look on TV and that kind of stuff. So doing something a little different today. Let's get started. So the Dodgers don't have the ugliest jersey of the bunch by any means. Los Angeles has a pretty iconic jersey, but all they did was added the Spanish word for the to the beginning of Dodgers and called it a day. Even after the first year, they changed the logo on the hat that said Dodgers to just LA. So basically it's nearly identical to their regular jerseys, just an all blue color scheme and Los Dodgers. So they must know that it's pretty uninspired because they are getting a new jersey starting next season, the first team to have a second City Connect uniform, and for good reason. I seem to hate these Giants jerseys a lot more than pretty much everybody else. I don't mind all white jerseys, but the way the orange clashes with it, especially the numbers in the back, how the bottom is white and it fades into orange. You could hardly see anything when it's on TV. You might as well just wear like plain white jerseys. It's kind of like when you start a Diamond Dynasty mode for the first time and they just have like the generic white jerseys with like one color on it. That's what it reminds me of. It's just hideous to look at on screen. The Golden Gate Bridge is a nice touch, but of course San Francisco is going to have the Golden Gate Bridge. But other than that, I just absolutely hate looking at these things. I really hate everything about these Rangers jerseys. The TX on the left side of the front, it's got like a medieval type font. It looks more like Roman numerals than letters. The font for the numbers is just completely separate from the text. Doesn't make any sense. And to top it off, you have black pants, which I understand the history behind it, but it just looks terrible with the jersey top. They just look like two mismatched pieces of a uniform. It's just really ugly, so please get it out of my face. So one good thing I will say about these Tigers jerseys is they used a white font on the front, so at least you can read it. A lot of these dark jerseys use dark fonts and everything just blends together into one mess, but that's where the positives start. Motor City, how original. Didn't the Pistons already do that? And the tire treads, I think, is just a really ugly color blue to go against the black, but all that pales in comparison to how terrible the hat is. Just says Detroit. It looks like something you would find at the flea market when you visit Detroit and want to bring home a souvenir that won't cost more than $3. It's just, I don't know why they couldn't use the classic D, but I guess they want to sell more hats, but nobody's going to buy a generic Detroit hat with an MLB logo on the back for $40. Just terrible. So I will start out by saying that red and black is one of my favorite color combinations in sports. You got obviously the Chicago Bulls, iconic from the 90s, and the Cincinnati Bearcats and the Cincinnati Reds. The problem I have is all black jerseys just don't look right on a baseball field. I don't know why, but it just seems really out of place. Maybe it's the summertime. Who wants to wear all black in 100-degree heat? Or just the fact that they just wear neutral and white colors all the time. I don't know. It just really stands out as tacky to me. And the other problem is the Cincy on the front, the way they chose to highlight the font with some white and some red, it just makes it pretty much impossible to read. It's just an all black jersey with some hint of red, and if you're not zoomed in, you just can't tell what's going on. So that's my major problem with it. I'm a Cubs fan, so maybe that anti-Cardinal bias plays a little bit of a role in this ranking. I don't hate these jerseys, but it's another case of similar to the Dodgers, not much has changed. They added the Lou and put another Cardinal on the other end of the bat. Now, the Lou, if you don't know, because Nelly has not been relevant for 20 years, he's from St. Louis, and that's what he calls St. Louis. So I assume that's what the reference is from. Yeah, exciting, really cool. Could have put the arch in there somewhere, but the hat, STL, another really boring, uninspired choice that doesn't even look like a baseball hat. I don't know what's with some of these hats, but it's another jersey. It's not bad. I mean, the color scheme's the same. It looks pretty nice, but there's just really not much going on there that's different from the regular jerseys. So from the press release about this City Connect uniform, it says, from the outside it looks all black and white. You can't see what you're not looking for. Threaded from the artistic tapestry of our city, the palette is like our people. Colorful, vibrant, and quirky. Well, that's fantastic, you nerds. We see the outside of the jersey and it just looks like another all black jersey to me. Apparently it's got slogans, it's got colors, it's got all this awesome stuff on the inside, but we're not seeing naked baseball players. So what's the freaking point? Baltimore, you really overthought this. Put some of that stuff on the outside where we can see. The main problem I have with this Phillies setup is the lack of red. It's just really hard to picture the Phillies not having red on their uniforms. So the blue and the yellow, it's the Philadelphia flag. It looks cool, and I absolutely love the Liberty Bell logo. I think that's awesome. I like the color scheme a lot, but the Phillies without red just doesn't seem right to me. So I like it, but it just doesn't scream Philadelphia Phillies whatsoever to me. So I will say I do like these Guardians jerseys a lot better than their basic ones, which is basically the Indians jersey swapped with the new name Guardians. Those are pretty terrible. These City Connect looks like the Rick Vaughn, Pedro Serrano Major League era jerseys with the stripes down the side and everything like that. So that's pretty cool. But I mean, it's just a basic jersey, CLE on the front. Wow, original, creative. Nothing to really be excited about. Not terrible, not offensive, but nothing that stands out. Kind of like the franchise as a whole. We're reaching the midpoint of these rankings where I don't really feel positive or negative about these jerseys. They're just kind of there. This looks like it would be a Yankees City Connect with the pinstripes and the grayish color. But nope, it's the Mets trying to steal some of that shine from their much more well-respected big brothers in New York. It looks like a sweatshirt, the material, and the purple with the grayish black. And of course, you can't have a New York City Connect jersey without the generic NYC. So another jersey that plays it safe and doesn't really move the needle one way or the other. The Pirates never have a lot going for them on the field, but as far as branding, they're one of the best. The black and yellow color scheme is perfect for sports. I really like that the three major Pittsburgh franchises, Steelers, Pirates, Penguins, all have black and yellow, and PNC Park might be the best park in baseball. So it would have been hard to mess this City Connect jersey up. It's not terrible. It looks nice. It pops, but it's just really boring. They could have leaned into their long history or their Pirates nickname or something. Instead, it's just PGH, which I had to look it up. That's an abbreviation for Pittsburgh. I don't know anybody who even knew that is what that meant. It just seems so random. I thought it was the airport code or something like that, like everybody else does. But no, it's Pittsburgh. So yeah, the same logo on the hat, the same color scheme. Everything's the same, just PGH instead of Pirates. So boring, lack of creativity, but the colors are awesome. The Cubs are my team in real life and in MLB The Show every year, so I've seen this jersey quite a bit in action. I like it. Wrigleyville is obviously a iconic, awesome nickname. It's a lot to fit on the front of the jersey, so that looks kind of bad. And I wish they would have swapped the navy blue with the baby blue. I love baby blue. If they would have featured that a little bit more prominently. And just the navy blue shirt top with the pants, it's just too much of one color. Like I said about the black, that applies to the dark blue as well. So I like it, but it could be a lot better, especially for a franchise as iconic as Chicago. This Royal City Connect basically has the same color scheme and setup as the Cubs Wrigleyville jerseys, but they went with the white pants, which I think makes things look a lot better. It's a really clean look. I love Kansas City's colors. Like I said, I'm a sucker for baby blue. The baby blue plus the navy blue, it's a nice combination, but Kansas City's normal jerseys are just so nice that this one's just kind of not much of a difference or an upgrade or whatever you want to say. The KC looks kind of cool. Apparently it's based on the fountain at Kauffman Stadium. I don't really see it, but yeah, that's about all they have. It's a cool jersey, but nothing spectacular. If this Toronto jersey didn't just come out, I'd probably have it ranked a lot lower. It basically has everything I've been complaining about. The dark blue pants and shirt, it's too dark. There's a big, huge, gigantic, jumbled mess on the front of the jersey. You can't really tell what's going on unless you're looking at it close. But for some reason, I kind of like it. I like the skyline. I like the vibrant reds and blues. I think it should have had some white accents in the front to kind of make the word Toronto stand out a little bit, but I think it's okay. I'll probably grow to hate it really quickly, but for right now, it's fresh in my mind and it's all right. Arizona definitely understood the assignment when it came to the City Connect and embracing and incorporating the surrounding communities and state city into their uniforms. There's a large Hispanic population in Arizona, so they have the Hispanic snake name. It also looks like it came straight out of the desert with the sand color. The only reason I have it this low, and it's not a really fair one, is because Jim Deshaies, Chicago Cubs color guy, once said it looked like a jar of Grey Poupon mustard, and that's literally all I can see now, so sorry guys. These Mariners jerseys are pretty nice. The lowercase Seattle font on the front of the jersey is a straight homage to the Seattle Pilots of the late 60s. The blue and yellow, it's really bright, colorful. I like it a lot. The only thing I don't like is the black pants with it. I think it looks kind of strange, but black pants with colored tops, they don't really ever seem to look quite right. So that's my only knock, but these are really solid jerseys. Sometimes, despite all the crap going on that I have complained about, like the dark colors and just the extreme busyness, the jerseys come out looking pretty good. And I really like these Tampa Bay Rays jerseys. I live in Florida and I've been to Tampa several times. I'm not really sure what skateboarding has to do with Tampa in particular, but who cares? The colors are really bright. It reminds me of the old Devil Rays jerseys when they first came out, where it was basically a rainbow all across the front of the jersey. And somewhere, while researching these jerseys, I saw a logo of a stingray riding a skateboard. So, I mean, come on, a stingray riding a skateboard. That's the most 1993 thing I've ever heard in my life, so bonus points for that. These are really cool. So Space City, obviously, NASA in Houston. The colors, the blue and the orange, iconic Houston Astros colors. The socks, if you can see the socks, how it goes from kind of like the yellow to the orange to the red. Very reminiscent of those crazy, crazy Astros 80s jerseys. You know the ones I'm talking about. Put it all together, it's a nice package, and I really like the logo on the hat. It's the typical H from their normal logo, but it has a like a ring of Saturn going around it. It's just a really cool touch. Space Age, out of this world, cool stuff. I like it a lot. These Braves City Connect jerseys are an obvious play on the Hank Aaron era Braves jerseys from the 60s and 70s. They look really nice. They're clean, the red, blue, and white classic baseball colors. I like the A. As a lifelong hip-hop fan, Outkast is my favorite group of all time. Obviously, I've heard the A a lot. T.I., Ludacris, you name it. If it's a Atlanta artist, they've said it in their songs before. So, very cool. They have the capital A on the hat instead of the lowercase. It's more of a throwback type with a little bit of alterations than a true City Connect, but it's a nice design. You can't go wrong with it. Like I mentioned about the Phillies, it's weird to see a team called the Red Sox have a jersey without any red whatsoever, but this one really works. It's got the Patriots Day, Boston Marathon look and colors, and I'm a sucker for baby blue and yellow. That's one of my favorite color combinations. The Nuggets during the Carmelo Anthony years had those color combinations, so I always have a soft spot for those. I really like it. It's cool, it's different, it's unique. Good job, Red Sox. Another baby blue and yellow combination. What can I say? I like what I like. A lot of people say these Brewers jerseys look like softball rec league jerseys. Got the Brew Crew on it, not exactly a highbrow nickname. But I mean, it's a team that's named after people who made beer. I mean, come on now. It works. It's got a hamburger grill on the sleeve. It's got Brew Crew in the name. I mean, that's Milwaukee and that's baseball and that's fun. I really love it. Sometimes a design is so drastic, bold, huge change from the original that you can't help but respect it. And that's these Padres City Connect jerseys. It's got the pink, it's got the creamish teal, yellow, orangish, bright, bold, Easter egg colors. Apparently it's based on the sunset over the Pacific Ocean outside of California, and you can see it in the San Diego word font in the front. It's got the water, it's got the pink sky. So I don't know if that's really true, but I just really appreciate the fact that they just said, screw it, we're going crazy here, and it looks really cool. While teams like the Blue Jays and Padres just went bold and crazy, these Angels jerseys are beautiful in their simplicity. They look simple at first glance, but there's actually a lot to them. The font used looks a lot like the 1950s and 60s, that beach lifestyle, those old movies where they're just hanging out on the beach, playing guitars, having fun, not worrying about anything, unlike the life that is so garbage today. The little ribbon underneath the name that pays nod to Mike Trout and Tim Salmon, the diamonds surrounding the numbers that signifies the old lifeguard, surfboard logos, just everything is just so cool. The color that they use, the kind of off-white that just is like the sand of the ocean. It's just really neat how they tied all that together into such a simple looking package that just comes off looking great. These should really be the Angels' main jerseys. When the NBA started doing their City Edition uniforms, the Wizards came out with a pink one that paid nod to the cherry blossoms of the area. I thought it was pretty good, but then the Nationals came and just blew it out of the water with their rendition. It has the pink highlights, but mostly the gray colors, and it just looks so nice. The cherry blossom on the front of the jersey and on the hat, the white WSH with the pink outline and the gray. Zooming in, you see the blossoms throughout the entire design of the top of the jersey. It's just beautiful. It's really, really nice. I love it. It looks great. And in typical Nike fashion, they're going to retire it at the end of the year so they can do another design and sell even more jerseys. I really wish this could become the Nationals' main jersey because it just looks so much better than the boring red, white, and blue that they usually wear. This one is ranked so high for me because of personal reasons. I was born in Denver, and although I grew up in Florida, I spent a few years in my 20s in Denver as well, and those were a few of the best years of my life. I really loved it. And this is basically the license plate of Colorado. The mountain design, the green color, it reminds me so much of home, so much of some of those really fun times I had in the mountains and in Colorado Springs. And yeah, it has nothing to do with the team. It doesn't look amazing on there, but I just love the essence that they captured from those good times of my life. I did go to some Rockies games, and their regular jersey is just such a boring purple and black, and the Colorado Rockies are such an afterthought of an organization that the fact that they did something bold and it worked out and got me thinking about it, I really enjoy it and appreciate it. Oh, and the change to the white pants instead of the green after a couple years, that really helped as well. This White Sox jersey is another one that just brings out the nostalgia in me. I was born in 1980. I'm an old man, and like I've mentioned, hip-hop has always been my favorite genre of music. I was a little kid listening to NWA way before I should have, and back then, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, those gangster rappers, they wore Chicago White Sox and Oakland Raiders gear, the silver and black. That was hip hop back then. The White Sox hat was iconic in the early 90s. I can remember Dre wearing it in the F with Dre Day video where they're dissing Eazy-E. He's got the White Sox hat on. He even makes a lyric about it. So the South Side font that they use for the jersey, that just reminds me so much of old gangster rap, hip hop. The black, the pinstripes, it just feels like that era to me. I don't know if that was the point of it or not. Probably not. I'm probably reading more into it than I should, but it just brought out that bit of nostalgia in me, and I really love it. But as a Cubs fan, screw the White Sox still. When I first got the idea to do this list, the only thing I knew was the Dodgers were the worst and the Marlins were clearly going to be number one. Being a Florida resident helps. Spending time in Miami, partying, well, I didn't really party. I went to some games and then hung out with some friends, but that's partying for an antisocial person like me. It just shows the vibrance, the color. Miami is a city like no other. Video game fans getting ready for Grand Theft Auto 6, they're going to understand that. It captures the essence of the city of Miami. Little Havana in particular, the bright, bold teal and orange. The Hurricanes and the Dolphins both use variations of those colors, but the Marlins jersey just nailed it. It reminds me a lot of when they rebranded from the Florida Marlins to the Miami Marlins and came out with those really cool orange uniforms. For some reason, they went away from those after a few years, but these are great. I'm going to be really sad when they're gone. The Marlins teal helps identify their history, and you can remember the Gary Sheffield years from the 90s with the teal and black, but these jerseys just hit hard. I really, really love them. And that's all I got today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I try to do something different every once in a while to keep the channel fresh. If you're new here, please shoot me a quick like and subscribe. That would really help me out. And if you're a regular, let me know what you think about this type of content. Let me know in the comments some of your favorite jerseys or some of the atrocities that burn your eyeballs out of your head. And stay tuned for a lot more content from Sports Gaming Rosters. Thank you, everybody, and have a great summer.